Well, we've arrived in sunny Istanbul for our Brazilian butt lift operation with Global Medical Care. The day started off with a 6 a.m. flight from Luton Airport, economy class, then was directed into a car when we arrived. We weren't told where we were going. We thought we were going to be in the city of Istanbul, where they had told us our hotel was. Instead, we have been taken to this hotel in Avasilla. So it's right by the side of a dual carriageway. We've had no direction from anyone. They haven't apologised or said this is the reason you're in a different hotel. So we are just stuck here until we have the procedure tomorrow. They haven't told us what time the procedure will happen tomorrow, so that's something to look forward to as well. So we're now on our way to the surgery. We haven't been told anything about how the day is going to go, whether we're going to see the doctor first, what tests we're going to do. We don't even know what time we're going under the knife. We expect that they are going to try and make us sign and pay for things as soon as we get there. We're going to ask to see the doctor before that, just so we have a better idea of how they react to this and what sort of rights and benefits patients who've paid all this money, flown all the way here, actually get before they have these treatments. English? Hi, for Global Medical Care, John James. Global Medical Care. We're here for Global Medical Care, John James. We're here to register for Global Medical Care. They will help us, but we will sit outside. Okay, we'll wait outside. Hi, John, how are you? Good.
I am John's friend.
My name is Nama.
Nama.
You passport, please. Thank you.
You want to get that back?
Yeah.
Will you accompany
Yep.
me?
I don't think sign anything until
Yeah. So when do we speak to consultant?
English. For surgery.
Before we sign anything, we would like to speak to Dr. Fatih, who's doing the procedure, and then we sign, but we want to speak to him first. Is that okay?
Kullanmamız lazım. Doktor Fatih gelene kadar.
Now we need to make preparations before the surgery. When our teacher comes, he will already talk to you. He will contact you again and answer all the questions you have. After that, he will draw and then anesthesia will come. We will donate blood now. After the blood test, we will look at a coin X-ray. Then we will look at the heart values. We will look at electrocardiography. We need to prepare these until the Hoja comes. Until Dr. Fatih comes.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, please.
We understand that. Just before we do any of that, we want to speak to the doctor about the procedure, because we've come a long way, and we haven't spoken to him yet. So before we sign anything, we want to just speak to him, find out more about the procedure, what we can expect before we sign something. Do you see what I mean? Fair?
with Dr. Fatty, and I will meet with my problematic manager.
Okay.
I will get back to you now.
So we speak to Dr. Fatty and then we sign, yes? Yes, we speak to Dr. Fatty and then we sign, then we go.
No. Finish. Operation iptal.
What?
No operation. You say no.
Başka bir şey getirin dedi.
Double check that, what's the... If we don't sign immediately, they cancel the operation.
Yeah. No, check with him.
Yeah. So there's no option to see him before the tests. So the only option is for me to cancel it because you won't let me see the doctor before I sign a contract. No, but it's not that we don't like the doctor. We just want to speak to him either over the phone or in person before we sign anything and before we do the tests. Do you see? Because what we don't want is to sign something that means we have to pay everything and then speak to the doctor and realise that we don't want to do it. Do you see? You will speak to... Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
You said that your surgery time is 12:20, okay? So they need to catch this procedure to make your surgery on time, when you agree, of course. So that's why they want you to sign the papers and give the blood samples before, and then doctor going to see you before the surgery, and when you agree, they can able to do it on time. That's why they do the procedure like that.
I see, but
If you don't agree with the surgeon, there's no problem. We can cancel it. Okay?
the thing is, we weren't told that this was my surgery time, and we're just asking to see the doctor before. So someone else from Global, someone else from Global has said they might be able to get the doctor on the phone.
He says that don't worry about, for the consultation, he's going to see you for sure to do a physical consultation, and you can ask your questions to him face to face. Just the thing is here to catch the surgery time, okay? We have scheduled surgery time.
Okay.
Hospital is very busy.
Okay, thank you.
But you can ask your questions here as well.
So that there's no concerns about my surgery. It will be successful, yeah?
Yeah, of course, because you are a healthy person and we don't expect serious issues with your surgery.
Okay. What are there common serious issues?
Hocam genelde ne olabilir? Yani genel etki olarak bir şey görüyor musun? Soruyorsa eklenen bir şey.
Şu an kendisi vazgeçmiş bir şeyini bilmiyorum. Gerisini bilmiyorum.
Sağlıklı hocam, herhangi bir sorun yok. Bir şey yok.
Sigara içiyor istemiyorum. Yani bunları konuşarak anlatacağım şu an. Vakiti görmeden bir şey diyemeyeceğim söyledi.
He's going to see you before the surgery. He's going to examine you to discuss it.
Yeah.
But in general, you are a healthy person. You don't have any health issues, right? As I remember your resume, you don't have any problem.
I've got high blood pressure and psoriasis and depression.
Those are okay. Those are medical issues. If you have like serious disease or serious blood issues, that would be a problem. But the cholesterol, high blood pressure, these can be controlled.
Okay, thank you. So I've just pulled out of my operation with Global Medical Care. I was taken to a hospital just down the road here on the outskirts of Istanbul. When we got in and told them who we were, why we'd come, they didn't know who we were. Nobody spoke any English. Eventually I was taken into a room where my passport was taken from me. They then tried to make me sign a contract which had a lot of nebulous things in it, including that we were liable for the entire amount as soon as we signed the contract. We asked to see a doctor. We said, we don't want to pay this, we've come a long way. We want to speak to a doctor before we have our procedure, before we sign anything. This had to be done via Google Translate because there wasn't a translator there. So after we'd done that, they swiped away the contract from us and started shouting, "You are cancelled, your appointment is cancelled." Eventually we spoke to a member of the admin team at Global Medical Care, explained our position, said we just want to speak to the doctor. They said they would try and organise this, but it was very important that I do these tests immediately so I could make my 12 o'clock surgery time. This wasn't explained to us. They'd never said when we were going under the knife or what was happening before. We eventually spoke to the doctor on the phone. He was on a bus and there were two people on the phone call, and I was asking my questions to the other two people because the doctor didn't speak English. So I was asking questions like, is there any risk? How long will my recovery be? How long will the operation be? And they were batting away all sorts of questions, including about my health problems. And it got to the point where we knew that if we signed anything, we'd be liable for the full amount, and we weren't going to see the doctor in any meaningful way before we had the surgery, so we left. But this is what happens when you come to these places. This is what hundreds of Brits have experienced before us coming to these procedure sites in Turkey. It's very impersonal, and it's very straight down the middle. Pay, we do the surgery, you go home. There's nothing in between.